We are still on Prime Morning. Hi, my name is s3x Akumia. It's time for Let's Talk Relationship, but today we are going to delve deep into domestic abuse. If you remember, and a couple of weeks ago, we started talking about domestic abuse. And so, we are going to look into how society plays a role, how culture plays a role, because there are so many aspects to what really leads to domestic abuse, especially in marriages. Yes. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I have seated with me this morning Chief Superintendent of Police, Elvis Bawa Sadongo. He's retired, by the way. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, sir? So he's the CEO, Pen Consult, security consultant, counselor, gender and child rights activist, road safety and defensive driving trainer. Great to have you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
It's the first time being here.
Third time.
That time,
yes.
On Prime Morning.
Yes, I did DV here some years back.
Oh.
Yes, and then I came here again for Let Love Lead.
Oh.
So this is the third time.
Oh, nice. Well, this is my first time meeting you, so
but I've been to your other studio several times.
Several times. Great to have you, sir. And seated to his right is the ever amazing Reverend Daniel Annan. I always say this, that he's the father to all of us right here on Multimedia. Yes, he is. He's a life coach. He's a man of God, a powerful man of God. We are always very elated to have him join us right here on Prime Morning. Good morning, Reverend.
Good morning. You look so beautiful.
Thank you very much, Reverend.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. Off air, please, briefly, let's just talk on the surface of it. Before we went on the break,
In
very
the
last story.
In the spirit or in the flesh?
In the flesh, please.
Okay.
In the flesh. Let's come to the flesh. So the very last story that I spoke about, which was on Let's Talk Relationship, which is my new relationship show on Joy Prime, where the man of God stated something in relation to the woman is the one that initiates. Like, please, I want you to give your comments on that, and then we'll move on to today's topic.
Well, I think the man of God was being blunt, but he was right.
Okay.
You see, if men were created alone, we probably wouldn't be talking sex.
Oh, yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
The only reason we can talk sex is because we have women.
Yes.
So the woman becomes the focus of any sexual relationship. That is not to say, in a very bad way, that the woman is the cause of any sexual misconduct.
Yeah.
That is different.
Okay.
What has to be said is that the mere existence of that creation that is specially created, that endears a man towards that creation is what he meant by saying that the sexual relationship is initiated by the woman. Just the fact that you are created in that special way by God. There is a reason why he did not make you as rigid and
as
stiff.
A man.
Me sitting here like as stiff as a rod. If you ask me to put one leg on top of the other, it will be a challenge. You understand? So these are, I think, what the things that he's trying to talk about.
Okay.
You, by your very nature, you sort of seduce us. That is not to say. That is not to say that you need to do anything special.
Yeah.
Just by
being a woman. Be a woman.
Yes.
Okay.
So we could be sinning.
Right.
We could be sinning by looking at you salaciously. But that is what it is.
It is what it is at this point. So, dwelling a little bit on that and then weaving that into our topic for today, which is domestic abuse. Reverend, I mean, looking at how, a typical example, me.
Hey.
Me, the way CSP has said that, just be a woman, just be yourself, be a woman.
I have forget.
And Reverend, I am just being a woman in a marriage, in my home, and for some weird reason, or for some reasons of, probably how the man was trained, how the man was brought up, what he has probably had in his past experiences, he might see me at some point as a threat or something. And so one of the ways to put me in check is to be physical with me, regardless of me being the woman that I'm supposed to be.
In the first sense, good morning to your church viewers. What Reverend Reverend Dr. Abiam said, you see, sex, when you look at the context of the Bible, how men approach women, the Bible says, the man said, you are the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh, you shall be called a woman. So let's contextualize that to modern era.
Right.
Only a wa ugume teche maswa a mama num yemede. Only me strawberry ice cream my de mamia ye de ka biscuit ho a mama ho Tommy.
That's right.
Me hu a ona ma awia kura hyen. Awana ba se wo pie pe na ehwo abadam ho. Si edum kanea no kura na wonti kanea no kura so. Wona wonante eto na se ese ewu achichi anse wadru ho. Oh, pampa agifia anti amaye fie nyina ehwam. Wa ho fenti me ho ana me ho atome.
Yeah.
This was when man had not spoken. The first time he spoke was rap. The first time man spoke was rap. So in two issues, he saw something. He appreciated that which he saw. He took the bold initiative, not hiding it inside, but voiced it out. So when you look at it in sex and marriage, the woman must present herself well.
Okay.
The issue is presentation.
Okay.
Adam saw something. What is the man seeing? You see, for instance, for this one, this package, the way our packaging, even one no crossing our canon. No, I'm trying. No.
Yeah.
You see, you must know yourself.
That's true.
You have good lips.
Yeah.
You have good front.
Yeah.
Oh, enumunyam. That's
right.
It is who says you want menunyam ni echunyam ni mpie.
Mpie.
Oni echunyam.
It wants to be manipulated. Oh, okay.
So know yourself and package yourself well. So that when the man sees you, he will admire and begin to speak. So this is the context of it. But you see, being a woman or be a man in a place, people must begin to appreciate, accept, recognize, and value.
Right.
If you appreciate, you accept, you recognize, and you value the person in the home, why would you be the person?
Yes.
So quite often, the reason why people get into relationship differs. Obo hakwana accidental marriage. No peno.
Yeah.
No peno. Bibinti no
Bibinti.
And because of that, I've seen people who have divorced. Now they have divorced because of that. And no, he doesn't like the person. Maybe because of something, because of pregnancy.
Maybe yes, pregnancy, exactly.
So in that marriage, he doesn't recognize you, he doesn't accept you, he doesn't appreciate you, he doesn't value you. So whatever he has to do so that you go out, more especially the worst is people who are Christians. Worst offenders are Christians, and more especially pastors. So on him say he cannot divorce.
Okay.
Bible says God hates divorce.
Yeah.
So he will not say I'm divorcing you.
Yeah.
But may you dear, one abede, obako. So he will mistreat you, he will abuse you, so that you walk out.
And it will never be the man.
Then he will be exonerated in the eyes of the public. You see, in our context, quite often we don't see as the man at fault.
Yeah.
Have you seen any man apologizing before?
Oh no, I think that men are beginning to do well.
Which one?
Some men are beginning to
I don't quite say. So what's the name and say, my yeah.
Oh dear, sorry.
So you see, that's condition. So, and the next thing that I've seen, our culture, our social culture setup, makes it look like every time we places women in a certain disadvantageous situation that they are not able to voice out and express even their will. So they'll be going through the abuse. He won't say it. How many times do you find women reporting?
And yes. I want to bring CSP in from your office, from your fit. How many times do women come and complain that this is what they are going through in their marriages? How often do they do that? And also, what do they say probably started, or how do they say started this abuse in their marriages?
Well, I think this whole thing can be situated in the context of socio-cultural and legal.
Yeah.
From the beginning, I think somewhere in the 90s when the advocacy started, actually, I'm sure you heard about Beijing Conference and the 12 critical areas of concern, and then Ghana came back, we put in certain things, and eventually we had the domestic violence bill. Something happened.
Okay.
When we were pushing for the bill, and when I say we, our civil society organizations, partners, to then Waju before it became DOFSU. You know, the advocacy were quite strong.
Okay.
There was even the DV coalition and everything to make sure that the bill was passed. Government at that time decided that it is quite a new thing in our terrain. So let's get people's input. So we had to travel the length and breadth of this country, sampling views from chiefs, from religious leaders, call it anything. They have to hold debates for us to go and educate them to get their input and come back and sit with government. What that did for us, of course, accidentally, or what we call the consequence, was that people got to know about it. As a result of that, go and sample views.
Yeah.
So, and because we don't just go sample, we will tell you about what's in the bill.
Yes.
So by the time this bill was passed into an act, it was the most popular act in this country because of how it was treated. And so the civil society organizations had something to stand on and then started the educational drive.
Okay.
And so every radio station, TV was awash with DV issues all over the place. So I think that the information is out there and the reportage is quite high.
Okay.
In fact, the stigma that was associated with reportage is virtually being washed off. It's not as if it's not there. It's virtually being washed off. But he mentioned something about Christianity, pastors, and all of that. Apart from culture, one other leg of resistance is religion.
Yeah.
Because they have their own code of conduct and ethics, they want you to stick by those ones.
That's true.
And not go the legal way.
Yeah.
So they would either have to transfer the pastor who is offending, or excommunicate you, whatever. They want
suspensions.
And they think that is punishment enough to resolve the matter. And most especially, they would bring it home strongly that God hates divorce. Well, I have a different view.
Okay.
God has never hated divorcees.
All right. Okay.
And so you don't need to sit in that relationship
And go through all those things.
because they actually die. They eventually die. You might not die as a direct consequence of domestic violence. You would experience diseases that will come to you as a result of what you are going through.
Yeah.
And most of them are cardiovascular and all of that. And to the extent that, you might not even be able to make children. That alone is another sticky point, because once you remain in that relationship, you would have your in-laws and all the other people who have interest in you bearing children coming heavily at you, regardless of whether the fault is yours or not.
They don't care.
Whatever you are experiencing in that relationship is not their matter.
Yeah.
All they want is that
bear children.
You are not able to do it.
Yeah.
It's a direct consequence, probably, of what you are going through in the relationship.
Right.
And people don't talk about that. The other thing is also that people may not get out of that relationship, not because of religious codes, socioeconomic reasons.
Yes.
So you might even want to help a friend who is going through DV, and then you say, look, I think, Akosia, you need to leave this relationship.
Yeah.
Say, where am I going?
Yes.
Tomorrow morning, how am I going to feed?
Yes.
Of course, another reason can also be the fear of leaving the children behind their children. Because there's an abusive person, my presence is probably providing a protective coat over my children. Now, if I leave, this man might turn the abuse onto the children, which is true.
Okay.
It is true in many cases.
Okay.
In fact, the fact that the children are even experiencing the abuse alone, not physically themselves, but seeing it happen, is also an abuse to them. So the whole thing is so complicated that we probably need to unpack it. Maybe when we come back, we need to look at the provisions, what Ghana has done so far as the legal regime is. We
would love to delve deeper into that, because unfortunately our time is up. And so, Reverend, I want you, just, less than a minute, I want you to give your final submission on this, because next week, God willing, we'll continue.
Simple. Love your neighbor as yourself.
Okay.
If you will not beat yourself, you will not hurt yourself. Don't do it to somebody.
I like that. Thank you. CSP.
Yeah, so simple. If a woman was created from your rib, why would you want to hurt your own rib? It's a very sensitive part of the human body, though.
True.
And so, like my CSO partners will always say, if you were created from the thumb or the foot, then you probably are tempted to go back to where the creation started, by punching or kicking. But God, in his wisdom, pulled a woman from one of your most sensitive parts of the body, which is your rib.
Yeah.
If we had time, I would demonstrate something for you to see how human beings will naturally protect their rib when they perceive anything coming. Without us knowing, like a reflex action. Yes. And so that is the type of reflex, unconscious, attitude you need to have when you are defending a woman and not abuse the woman. Thank you so much. I think that if we had gone farther than this, it would have turned out being a very emotional conversation this morning, but we will continue on next week, Thursday, God willing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where we end the conversation. My name is s3x Akomia. This morning on Let's Talk Relationship, I had retired Chief Superintendent of Police Elvis Bawa Sadongo and our very own Reverend Daniel Annan